Hello, my beautiful, beautiful holistic script community. Welcome to episode 3. And this one is called Rest is Healing. Now, I am choosing this topic for you today because I saw this statistic. All right. There were 10,000 moms surveyed at the beginning of this year. And about 49% of them reported that they were completely burnt out. So they were completely burnt out, they're completely fried, they're completely exhausted. And I thought, oh my goodness, that's almost half of the moms this year that were surveyed reported that they are burnt out. And I thought, that is so nuts, right? To think that 49% of us are totally on the brink of just exhaustion, right? Let that sit for a minute. Okay, so you are not alone. Let that sit. There are so many people and moms out there like you who feel just burnt out and exhausted. And so much of this has to do with, all that we do as moms day in and day out, like the mental load that we carry, the planning for everything, the constant checklists in our head of what needs to get done, the position of almost being I've heard it referred to as the default parent, that things fall on us simply because we are the mom. We are in the school group chat, we are called from the school, we are the person that is the default in taking care of the kid in our kids, which is absolutely beautiful, but that does not foster rest and disconnection for us, because we are constantly connected and constantly calling, and it's constantly calling us to keep going. So, which leads us to burnout, which leads us to feeling exhausted, which leads us to feeling overwhelmed, which leads us to feeling all of those things. So working on this week, and the reason why rest is healing was chosen is because working on this week on intentionally resting and actually stopping for yourself. And understanding too that rest is so critical just for your overall well-being, right? It helps you have a clearer and calmer mind. It helps you think more positively about situations. It helps you concentrate better. It helps with your decision making and rational decision making. It helps with your memory. It helps to slow your heart rate, reduce your blood pressure, helps to relieve tension. It even, I learned, helps to aid in digestion because it allows you to absorb nutrients from your food more efficiently. And you do that better when you are relaxed, which is mind-blowing. Honestly, it's so amazing how, your body works. It of course improves sleep, and then it just releases endorphins, serotonin that are totally just mood boosters for you. So all of those things are critical, like I said, for your well-being and are benefits of rest. And what happens is we have to learn, you have to learn how to teach your mind to be okay with calming down, slowing down, putting that to-do list away, and actually stopping to rest. And I know you're thinking okay, that is a great idea, right? This is a great idea. Let me just rest more, right? And it's hard to do because you feel you're I love the idea, but I feel any extra waking minute that I have, I need to be doing something. I need to be, if I want to watch TV, I need to be folding laundry and watching TV, because then the laundry is just going to pile up, right? I can't just watch the TV. Or maybe you're feeling you feel guilty for relaxing because, like I said, you feel you have so many other things to do and going on. Or you feel you just want to stop at the coffee shop for 10 minutes and be there quietly drinking your coffee, but you feel there's something pulling you saying, nope, you got to go to Publix, or you got to do this, or you got to do that, or you have to make sure that you don't forget to do this for the kids' school. I don't know, do this for work, whatever it is, right? it's this constant feeling of like go, 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 and the pressure of like you're not doing enough, and there's always something more to do that doesn't allow you the opportunity to just relax and breathe. So when you're thinking about slowing down and intentionally relaxing, when the mindset that you're in is like, oh my gosh, but if I do this, right? If I do this slowing down and if I do this relaxing, like the whole world is gonna just like pile on top of me. You know, my to-do list is just gonna get longer. I'm just gonna get more behind in whatever I have to do, right? That feeling could just be so overwhelming and terrifying that you keep going and you don't take the time to rest and you don't take the time to refuel. And it adds that extra pressure, which in turn perpetuates the cycle. But I am here to assure you that taking that time to rest for you is important to refuel yourself, and will not, if you make it a practice, it will not make you more overwhelmed or add that extra pressure. It will actually do the opposite if you allow it to. It will do the opposite of making you feel that more pressure. Because again, it has all of these positive effects on your overall body and your overall well-being. It allows you to expand, to be present because you're like more calm, right? You're not constantly like going with a sense of urgency. It allows you to just like refuel and then keep going, not only emotionally, but again, like physically, because like I said before, it helps to increase endorphins, serotonin levels, are total mood boosters, and that just changes the way that you show up and changes the way that you approach whatever comes at you that day, right? And that being said, I want to stop you for a minute. And if you're thinking that rest only means like sleeping or taking a nap, okay, because so if you're thinking, oh, if resting is going to be I have to sleep or I have to take a nap or I have to do those things again, that's just adding pressure. You're telling yourself what you have to do, right? So I want to stop you right there. If your brain is already going there, you're like, Ani, but I have to sleep, I have to do this, I don't have time to sleep, I don't have time to nap or whatever, right? I want to just stop you right there because I want you to realize that rest can actually mean different things to different people. But that's it for a minute. Rest can be different things to different people. And classify it for yourself as anything that calms you, anything that refuels you, anything that rejuvenates you, anything that allows you to like reconnect with yourself is resting, right? Maybe for you, it's sitting outside and having a cup of coffee. Maybe for you, it's doing yoga. Maybe for you, it's sitting in your car after work for 10 minutes, listening to music. Maybe it is taking a nap. Embrace it if it is taking a nap. Maybe it's taking a nap. Maybe it's doing something that you love. Like maybe you love cooking and that just like calms you. Maybe you love drawing. Maybe you love coloring. So when you're thinking about incorporating rest, try to notice if you're like confining yourself to this box of like what rest is. Like I said, rest is only taking a nap, and anything that's not napping is not resting, because that's simply not true. So it's important to look at it through that lens and notice if you're limiting yourself on what you can do to rest, right? Rest is just, like I said, what helps you as an individual feel relaxed, feel rejuvenated, feel calm, and that's it. So whatever puts you in that frame of mind is what you need to do for you. And I'll give you an example with me. Last year, I felt like a complete whirlwind. Like I was on this I call it the hamster wheel. Like I was going through the motions, but I wasn't necessarily like feeling and enjoying life. I was on like, not that I was apathetic, but it was just like, okay, I would wake up and I would just like knock things off my to-do list, just moving and not like going through the day with intention and like awareness and presentness. I really had to, work on that. And I always felt like no matter how much I did, no matter how much I prepped the day before, no matter how much I crossed off my to-do list, no matter how much I did, I always felt like there was something more that I had to be doing. So at the beginning of 2023, I thought, okay, this is something I want to work on for me. And I kept on hearing this quote, right? Everything will work again if you simply unplug it, including you. So I was like, all right. So people kept talking about this rest and all this stuff. So I thought, okay, I absolutely love gentle yoga, right? It's super calming for me. It helps me stretch my body. It removes tension. It's like quiet, it's meditative. It lets me like be present actually with myself and get in tune with myself when I do it. So I decided to work on doing gentle yoga just for 10 minutes every morning. I have this workout app that I use. There's a gentle yoga section. So it was like a no-brainer for me. I didn't have to think much. I just opened the app, clicked on the gentle yoga section, and I did whatever workout came there for 10 minutes. Right? So that's what I did. And there was no more additional pressure on it. It was just forcing myself to slow down, like hit the brakes, right? And that's just one small habit or task, routine that I created for myself of resting intentionally, like penciling it in, resting intentionally, not only completely impacted like my day-to-day and how I felt and showed up, but I was just overall like feeling better, like more present. I wasn't constantly feeling like on edge, like there was something else that I had to do, right? And again, to go back to it, yoga's not like quote napping and resting, right? Quote sleeping, right? It's exercising for many, but for me, it's calming. For me, it's refueling. So that's what I did, and I challenge you this week, understanding that, to take time each day to experiment with rest. Think outside the lines, outside the box of what quote rest is, and ask yourself, what do I want to do to rest today? To like slow my mind. And there's no rules. It's just listening to your body and having it tell you what to do, and then doing that thing, doing whatever it is that your body tells you to do. Now, a word to the wise for those of you who are saying, but when I get quiet, I don't hear anything, or my body doesn't talk to me, or I'm not sure what to do. That is okay. Embrace that. Take those 10 minutes and practice just like listening. Just listen. Be like, oh, I'm noticing this, or I'm feeling this, or notice what thoughts are coming into your head and just see where that gets you. Set a timer. When you're done, just get up. Breathe. Practice breathing, listening to your breath. Breathe. And for those 10 minutes, just see where that gets you and just listen. See what thoughts go into your head. All right? So, your homework this week, again, is I challenge you to take time each day to experiment with rest and think outside the lines. Think outside of that box. And when you do, tag me on Instagram at The Holistic Script with what you did to rest, because I would love to know and celebrate with you. Much love, and I hope that you have an amazing week. Chat soon.